Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. You are audible.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
बोला बोला.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I think Ganesh Agnihotri sir has joined. I suggest the person to introduce sir with the permission of our coordinators. Dr. Agnihotri sir, can we start? Are you ready?
I think we can, if you hear me.
Okay. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yeah, fine.
I suggest roll number 11, I think, to introduce sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to everyone. I'm Dr. Vidya Suresh Deshmukh, Associate Professor of Mathematics at the CSMSH Chhatrapati Shahu College of Engineering. I'm very happy to welcome all to this short-term course on the skill-based curriculum development in CBCS and OBE program objectives. Today, it is my honor to introduce our special guest and main speaker, Dr. Ganesh Manikrao Agnihotri. He is a highly experienced teacher, administrator, researcher, and the guide with more than 28 years of experience in the higher education. Dr. Agnihotri is currently working as the principal of the Jalna Education Society's R.G. Bagadia Arts, S.B. Lahotia Commerce, and R. Vezonji Science College in Jalna. He has completed his MSc and PhD in physics. Also, he has completed a Master in Education. He earned his PhD in magnetic oxide and their properties from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar in 2005. Since starting his teaching career in 1992, Dr. Agnihotri has worked in many well-known schools, colleges at the different levels. His teaching style is known to be the simple, clear, innovative, and student-friendly. He has contributed a lot to curriculum development, college administration, student mentoring, discipline, and career guidance and teacher training. Dr. Agnihotri has written many research papers in the national and international journals. He has also presented his research at many conferences. He has received the several national and international patents for his work. He is also a NAC assessor and the member of Academic Council at the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, where he helps an important academic decision. He is often invited as a speaker and trainer by the many colleges, organizations, and NGOs. His leadership has been recognized both in the India and abroad. He has received many awards, such as the Lok Rajya Puraskar by the Government of Maharashtra in 2012, Rashtra Vibhushan Award by FES Delhi 2015, EGN India Award for Outstanding Leader in Education in 2023. With his wide experience in teaching, administration, research, and mentoring, Dr. Ganesh Agnihotri continued to motivate and to guide both the teachers and students. We are truly honored to have him as today's resource person. Also, I would like to thank Dr. Dhanashri Mahajan, Director, UGC Malviya Mission Training Teacher Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. Also, I'm also thank you to the course coordinator, Professor Datta, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you all. So please proceed.
Sure. I'm really thankful to Dr. Mahajan Madam, Dr. Datta, and all the worthy participants who are going to join in this journey with me for almost 3 hours. I think if I'm audible, say yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I
Yes,
share
sir.
the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So before, I mean, let us not waste the time and all. We will directly share the screen.
Yes, sir.
I think you have made me disable to participant screen. So made me enable. Make me enable to share the screen. Can I? Okay. Is the screen get shared? Hello?
No, sir.
Not yet. I think it's showing me, but yeah. It is showing me. The screen is getting shared.
Sir, your screen is shared, but the PPT is not there.
Yeah. PPT will come.
No. Your entire desktop is visible.
Yes, that's fine then. One minute, huh? Now it's fine.
It's fine. Just one square is there. You can minimize that, then it will be visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This one. Now it's fine.
No, that square has not moved. If possible, move or make it in a side so that we can see your PPT. Or make a full screen.
Hmm.
That square. Your
Is
cursor.
this particular?
Okay.
Okay. How to hide this?
This we can minimize it or delete it.
It's not getting minimized.
Then select and delete if possible.
Stop sharing.
No. Sharing should be there. Okay, we can adjust, sir. You can start with your presentation.
Okay, no problem. A very wonderful morning to all of you, and I extremely express my sincere gratitude to everybody, and sorry for the interruption as well as for delayed joining from my side because I was busy with something else, the pre-prioritized work. The topic today given to me is Reskilling India, Revisiting Ancient Wisdom of India, as far as NEP 2020 is concerned. Right in the screen itself, you can see that. On the left side, we have got great Nataraja's Murti, the sculpture, and it has got its own importance. The Nataraja has importance of not only the art and aesthetics, but it has the importance of the concepts of basic science and the universe birth also. Because Lord Shiva is considered to be the destroyer of the universe. So in that context, this particular sculpture is very important. But when we say destroyer, it means it is creator also, because after destruction, after zero, the new world is going to get formed. So here, by this sculpture of Nataraja, we are trying to revisit the ancient wisdom of India, NEP 2020. Uh, 1 minute. Hello. Huh? Okay. अच्छा, ओके. इसको तो डिलीट नहीं हो रहा है ना. हम्म. ओके. गया सर, गया ना अभी. हाँ, right. Yeah, sorry. And I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The World Heritage Ancient Architectural Wonders. आपने सभी ने घर तो बांध दिया था, राइट? सो घर बांधते वक्त शायद आपने काफी सारा इंजीनियरिंग उसमें इन्वॉल्व था, काफी सारा इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस भी इन्वॉल्व था. You can see all these masterpieces of the world are all lying in India. I will not name, but you can identify those who have visited these places. It is included like Konark, it does include Kedar Dham, it includes Kailasa, it includes the Brihadeshwar, Mundeshwar, and so many other places in the world. All these, I mean, in India, all these places depicts that we have had a wonderful skills institute, and that is why it has represented India in a different way. See the art, sculpture, the wonders of science in all these four corners. You can see even the instruments of warfare also. You can see the Ashoka pillar also there. So all these are wonders of science. This particular pottery, if you watch carefully about the pottery, its design and its metal work, the ancient metallurgy was at its peak by these above two pictures. And ancient architectural, the constructions was also at the peak. And as well as you can see down here, the prestigious ornamental gold, silver and all, they were like easily being used, and with the help of some other prestigious metals too. See the kind of work, see the detailing that has been given here in both the photos. The detail work is being shown to you. It is just to get introduced with what kind of skills these people used to have it, and see the tools that they have used for making this detailed work. So they might have spent some years, and it is said that only 12 years was there. Only in 12 years the Konark Sun Temple was constructed. So you can see the amount of management expertise they have contributed a great in making this show happen. So the impact of ancient skill training is all seen here. See the structure. both the structures, the top structure, which is octagonal in shape, and the down structure, which is like the horizontal structure with a great mandapam and a typical scenery on the right bottom here of a village or a pilgrimage place is shown here. This is definitely an AI based image on the right down. See the amount of work, the great skill that has been depicted on these pictures. Even you can see the skin, its movements, the movement of the hand, the movement of postures, gestures, even the facial expressions, the fingers, even the small nerves are also being, shown here in a fantastic way. What Indian knowledge system is then? See, our PPT, our presentation has two parts. One will show what IKS is and what were the skills used in Indian knowledge system. Whereas the second part takes you to the journey of modern era. And what modern era requires, what kind of skills? You can say that the 21st century skills. So all these skills, the opportunities, and the job opportunities, the placements, all these things would be discussed in the second part of the lecture. Indian knowledge system has got all these 7 sides. The traditional knowledge in mathematics, we were great by contributing 0 and some other, integral by parts and so on. So many mathematical formula and mathematical accuracy was there. You can see from the sides also. We have had great traditions of medicine knowledge, yoga, and of course, Vedas also. We knew how to preserve our art, culture, and tradition. You can see from ancient structure and design what kind of knowledge that we have had. Astronomy, health and wellness, all these factors are there. But beyond that, there is one more part which is called as consciousness studies. The Advaita Shankaracharya's Siddhanta, Advaita and Advaita Siddhanta given by Shankaracharya, and other notable rishis has played its role in a greater way. See the combination of ancient metallurgy and the modern AI tools. So reskilling India by visiting its ancient wisdom involves integrating the IKS rooted in holistic, experimental, and ethical principle. Let me repeat these 3 words. Holistic means what? The complete approach, the experimental and ethical. So whatever things we have had in our past, can we reproduce them in the modern context? That is itself a big challenge, and we have to face that challenge, and we have to make this all contemporary to the education and vocational training of this age. Of course, national education policy definitely aims to move beyond the rote learning to faster critical thinking, sustainability, character building by bridging the traditional techniques with modern needs, or one can say as per SDG 4.0. When we were a developed nation, maybe last 200 years before, I think we were quite developed nation, and the figures have shown that we could contribute 25% to 30% of our GDP of the world. So that way we can definitely say we were a developed nation. But all the development was as per the sustainability development goals. So we have to revisit the world by incorporating the word sustainability. Sanatan. Sustainability means Sanatan, continuous. और सेल्फ सस्टेनेबल, अपने आप जिंदा रहने वाली सिस्टम, जो अपने आप चलने वाली सिस्टम, यू कैन से अ परपेचुअल सिस्टम, बिकॉज otherwise in our modern development tools and factors, you can say that we have produced n number of tons of garbage. It is said that on earth itself we have produced completely 300 garbage of earth's mass. Let me repeat once again, mass, I don't mean to say actual mass by physical quantity. So that much of garbage is being produced here, and we are still hunting for its decay or decomposition, and we could not do it. But we as India as a nation and our skillful workers already had reached to that level where they have actually made every development to be eco-friendly. And that is why SDG 4.0, you can go through the website also. What are the sustainable development goals given by the World Organization? And you can see that all these goals have been enlisted in NEP 2020. So we have to amalgamate the two parts, the ancient knowledge as well as the modern objectives. The future belongs to those who can turn knowledge into action, and India's skilled hands are poised to build a stronger, more inclusive tomorrow. I'm sorry. So what kind of tomorrow that we will be requiring? What exact actions we do require, and our own knowledge, how can it be used in this modern age? This is the aim of this whole presentation. The tradition of skill and innovation once made India a beacon in global trade. We all are aware of a Silk Route. Silk Route was like, the golden spoon of India. But centuries of colonial rule and shift towards academic elitism devalued these contributions, creating a legacy of disconnect between education and livelihood that continues to haunt us. So many presentations, in so many lectures, you might have seen that हम लोग ऐसे थे, हम लोग अच्छे थे, हम लोग बहुत अच्छे थे, अरे पता नहीं क्या हो गया. So these are all there. We have discussed a lot, but nobody has yet shown what kind of steps to be taken to come out of that particular, negativity. So it's okay. The colonial rule was there. The shift has gone to somewhere else, and we have devalued everything. But now it's time for us to come back to a beacon in global trade. And you can see in last 3-4 years, we have really made it all a great impact on the world. Since Trump has imposed so much of tariff on us, it shows that we are on right track of progress. Again, let me have on the corner down here, India's history is shaped not only by kings and kingdoms, but by the skills hands of its people. And you can see in every shape, hexagon, the skillful approach that has been shown here in art, aesthetics, politics, science, sculptures, building, constructions, and so on. You can see every structure here. It is itself a marvel. So from the carefully planned cities of the Indus Valley to the majestic temples and forts of the medieval era, generations of artisans, farmers, and craftsmen laid the foundation for a thriving economy. If you have visited the nearby places of Ajanta and Ellora, that is shown in the image here in the hexagon, it is said that Ellora was carved out of a single stone. Let me not only discuss about the skill that these artists have had during that time, but let us work upon the human management what kind of human management, HR, used to take place, how the human resource have been utilized for the best to the mankind. Sometimes I feel that the Adam Smith, who is considered to be the father of economics, who had once said that let us extract the nature to the fullest for the mankind. Now, this particular sentence, that whatever he has uttered or thought, or the objective that he has said, I think it's time to change and alter his definition by saying, let us utilize the nature to the fullest, or explore the nature to the fullest, not only for the mankind, for the earth kind or for the universe. So let us remove the word mankind. When we say mankind, the GDP factors has all the factors that includes the production of ores, mines and all that. यानी पृथ्वी को जख्मी करके हम लोग कितना मेटल निकालेंगे, कितना काम करेंगे, जितना ज्यादा उसका प्रोडक्शन रहेगा, उसका उतना ज्यादा जीडीपी रहेगा. How can there be GDP in this case? There is no word, there is no inclusion of happiness index in that particular GDP. So GDP has got only pure goods. So country cannot be made only with the help of productions. Country is made with the help of culture. Country is made with the help of great history. Country is made with the help of great mankind. And all were present in an ancient India. So we have to, when we are laying the foundation of, great economy for the future, we have to consider the aspect of the past where skilled hands have already worked upon. So ancient knowledge has got 4 things: identity, economic value, received wisdom, and culture. So all these 4 things will contribute a lot. जैसे हम लोग जनरली मजाक में कहते हैं कि क्या अपने बाप के नॉलेज को भूल गया क्या, बाप के अनुभव को भूल गया क्या? How can you ignore the father's experience? Because whatever we are is because of your mother and father's, your parents' contribution. So your identity, your culture, and your wisdom is all depicted, shown, or the reflection of your family. And family is nothing but India as a whole family. Economic value comes little later. No doubt it does play very important role. But in ancient knowledge, if you try and dig the things from ancient knowledge, you will find lots of wealth into it. And we have to understand its economic value. And that is why the whole world is running after it. If simply we take the example of Patanjali Yoga Manas Shastra, I was surprised to know that even the neutrino power energy has used our own ancient powers. Oppenheimer, in his film, recently released film, he has clearly mentioned whatever the motivation I got it from Bhagavad Gita. So let us not ignore. Definitely, let us not underestimate the skill, knowledge of the modern science. But let us not forget our ancient knowledge also by its economic value, wisdom, and culture. But what is the condition for today? You can see enrollment in vocational education. This is just a picture showing. I have not purposely taken here US, but US stands somewhere 26%. India stands 3%. Germany stands 18.10. Korea 7.6. Whereas Switzerland has 34% of enrollment in vocational education. So much of India's vocational education is remain outdated, poorly aligned with industry requirements, and largely seen as a second tier option. हर बंदे को डॉक्टर बनना है, हर बंदे को इंजीनियर बनना है, but skillful काम कोई नहीं करना चाहता. The number of unskilled workers, if you just go through any survey of collector's website, Go on any district collector website and you will see a skill gap ratio. And you will see lots of skill gap ratio is being addressed in that collector's report, yearly report. एक yearly report होता है collector का, वो अपने website पर डाल देते हैं. आप अगर देखना चाहते हैं अपने अपने जिले का रिपोर्ट, अपने अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट का रिपोर्ट, तो you can definitely go through it and it will show you what kind of skill gap is being there. क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री कुछ और करती है, एग्रीकल्चर कुछ और प्रोड्यूस करता है, हम लोग मार्केटिंग किसी और की करते हैं. हम लोग यहाँ से उठे गए औरंगाबाद, यहाँ से उठे गए बड़े सिटी में, पुणे, हैदराबाद, बेंगलोर. सो लॉट्स ऑफ रश इज देयर बिकॉज ऑफ दिस non-tier option. You know, unless unnecessarily we have overcrowded the cities. But if we have had the industry that is aligned with the rural economy, I think we can definitely make the enrollment in vocational education to be enhanced. So this is what the world situation is. You can see India 3% and Switzerland 34%. And that is why you have got all Swiss bank account and all these things. It's because of all these stupid approach that we have had been following since long time. So you can see from this picture, these three pictures are there. How can we say that we did not have skills? We have had schools in our DNAs. हमारे DNA में स्किल है. किस टाइप का स्किल है? पहले शायद धनुर्धारी का स्किल था, वॉरफेयर का स्किल था. Right? In Gurukul system, we have had a different kinds of skill. But in medieval India, we have made carpets, jewelry, sculptures, and trade routes also with the world. But now, what is happening? When we claim that we are the largest youth population of the world, then we need to train our youth by 2030 and make the ratio of skillful people to 50%. Then and then only the demand of skillful person will be fulfilled and India will be a wealthy nation henceforth. Now it's all developing nation, but India will be a powerful nation. Powerful, what I mean, not by only money, not by economic power, but power of wealth. And wealth power contains all these three things. Which are three things? The wisdom, culture, and economic value. All these three things play very important part, and that is why when we say that we are guilds, we have to become a global hub. हमारे पास गेम भी तो बहुत अच्छे अच्छे थे और सारे अहिंसक गेम थे. स्टोरी ऑफ एंशिएंट इंडियन बोर्ड गेम्स फ्रॉम स्नेक टू एम्प, लेडर टू चेस. सो दिस सांप सीढ़ी वाला जो गेम है वो बहुत अच्छा है. शायद आपने देखा भी होगा, खेला भी होगा. And you can see these are ancient games that we have had. So in short, we are calling it to be an ancient toys. This is the image taken from net. The same picture I'm depicting here again in detail. Just go through it. I'm giving you one small, time lapse for you to understand. You can see the arrangement of pillar. You can see Gauma, Durga. You can see the home science, the food. We can see the Mendi. We can see the Kathakali, the artwork. We can see even on the farms, grounds, the dance, the textile, right, and environment safety. So all these things are depicted here in this picture. This is what is a sign of a wealthy nation, a healthy nation. So all these things contribute a lot only through if we have a good skill approach for education, because this short-term course is particularly for curriculum development. So in your curriculum making courses, if we include some more skills Because nowadays what's happening is in 11th, 12th, you can see it is the condition of whole India. In 11th and 12th, only classes takes the academic part of it, and colleges play least role into it. Students don't turn up to colleges. Students don't turn up to the classes of the college, don't turn up to the practicals. So I have seen yesterday only we have had the practicals. I mean, the board practicals are going on. And I just coincidentally, I just peeped into one of the laboratories of physics. And I came to know that students did not know what is resonance tube. Students did not know what is sonometer. Students did not know so many things. And when I asked them, have you gone through Zener diode? Do you know what is Zener diode? पपेट के जैसा सारे आंसर्स मिले मुझे, पर आइडेंटिफाई करने को उनको कुछ भी नहीं मिला, बिकॉज दे हैव नॉट हैंडल्ड द टूल्स. और उम्र 16-17 साल की है, और अगर ये उम्र में टूल्स हैंडल नहीं करेंगे तो उनके हाथ कैसे नए स्किल के लिए तैयार हो जाएंगे. सो वी आर प्रोड्यूसिंग इंजीनियर्स विदाउट स्किल्स, वी आर प्रोड्यूसिंग लॉयर्स विदाउट स्किल्स, we are producing graduates without skills. So skillful education is the main basic objective of this whole presentation. Unless and until we are not skillful, I don't think we can ever make a good attempt to the progress. So result, what is that? Approximately 3% of the secondary students in India are enrolled in vocational, whereas in contrast, you can see Switzerland and all that. So what we need is, we have to completely overhaul the revamp outdated curriculum, building real-time industry linkage, and ensuring that every school learned translates into real recognized opportunity. Let us repeat this sentence once again. It calls for a complete overhaul, means thorough, revamp, completely changed. जो पुराना है उसे डाल दो और नया ले लो. What kind of curriculum we require? A real-time industry linkage. Government of India has launched a very good scheme of called One District One Product. जैसे जालना में 3 प्रोडक्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. As far as agriculture is there, they say that we have got dagdi jawar, the stone jawar. And we have got the geotag also for that jawar. Then we have the citrus fruit. And to enhance the citrus fruits and to have more quality fruits, Government of India has established the Institute of Citrus Research in Badnapur near Jalda. And that has produced a better seed for citrus. So all skills, and with the help of local industrialists from Jalna, Jalna is now the steel city of Maharashtra. Jalna is now a seed city of Maharashtra. So what I mean to say that unless and until we do not have a skilled approach, unless and until we do not recognize our opportunity, we cannot go ahead. So the curriculum framework is playing an important role in this case. In a world where the skills are the new currency, and when we say it is a currency, we always say that by the population, we dominate the world. But by the population of youth, we run the world. So let us change the sentence. We are running the world by contributing 30% of the youth population. So it is time that India should invest in a vocational education system that speaks the language of the real world and delivers on the promise of progress for all. Delivers on the promise of progress for all. So what kind of promise that we require? We have to go by that particular promise. ये होना चाहिए. Unless and until किसी को कुछ नहीं आता है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर घर में BSc हुआ लड़का बल्ब नहीं बदल सकता है, फ्यूज नहीं बदल सकता है, तो वो स्किल का कोई फायदा नहीं है. घर पे बैठे कार्बोरेटर निकालो छोटे गाड़ी का, 2 व्हीलर का, और कार्बोरेटर को क्लीन करो. बैटरी खत्म हो गई है तो, या बैटरी का पानी कम हो गया है तो वेट बैटरी में पानी भी डालो, डिस्टिल वाटर डाल दो। डिस्टिल वाटर क्यों डालते हैं पानी में, बैटरी में, ये भी बैटरी वाटर, ये भी हमको पता होना चाहिए। और ये सारे स्किल्स हमारे बच्चों को जब तक हम टेक्निकली सिखाएंगे नहीं, मुझे नहीं लगता है कि हम लोग पूरी तरह अच्छे से प्रोग्रेस कर सकेंगे। सो द रिजल्ट इज नाउ, द कंडीशन एट दिस मोमेंट is definitely not good, but there are definitely good strays of hopes that are coming in from various parts of the country, and that shows that yes, definitely India will do something better. So in what way we can rewrite the story of skilled India? The dignity of skilled work and embraces vocational education as a vital path to opportunity. The vision emphasizes the integration of three core elements: scale, speed, sustainability. In fact, in my college, we are very soon going to start with these three things: the scale, speed, and sustainability, the S3 approach in education. Unless and until we do not work on a large scale with speedy approach, with more accuracy, and should sustainable also. आरंभशूर नहीं होने चाहिए हम लोग, रादर वी शुड बी अल्पारंभ क्षेमकरा। छोटी शुरुआत करेंगे बट खास करेंगे. So India can train a vast number of young people efficiently and effectively. So skilling with respect reflects the Narendra Modi's Prime Minister, our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi has focused on skilling with speed that reflects vision which aims to rapidly equip nation's youth with industry relevant vocational skills. अभी आजकल ये बहुत बूम हो रहा है. ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म, और ये ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म पर कुछ अच्छे अच्छे मूवीज और कुछ रिपोर्ट्स भी आ रही है, कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्री भी दिखा रहे हैं. मैंने एक 15 दिन पहले स्पेस जेन बोलकर एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री देखी थी, स्पेस नेक्स्ट, एंड दैट वाज ऑल मिशन टू मून. इफ वी ट्रैवल फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट एवर सैटेलाइट आर्यभट्ट टू नाउ 100 मिसाइल्स और ट्रेजेक्टरीज, तो ये प्रोग्रेस काफी अच्छा है. एंड ये सारा प्रोग्रेस एक जमाने तक हम लोग वी वर डिपेंडेंट ऑन द वर्ल्ड फॉर क्रायोजेनिक इंजन एंड ऑल दैट, बट व्हेन यू आर कंप्लीटली हेल्ड अप एंड पैरालाइज्ड, then your creativity comes to birth, and then it shows what kind of creative approach that has shown, and that innovative scientist of our India has made first cryogenic engine completely indigenous, and from that time we have started making the progress. As far as the moon mission was concerned, that particular OTT platform movie, I think it was on Hotstar or Netflix, I don't know exactly, but you can definitely search for it. So that particular journey, you must watch it thoroughly and you will understand what kind of things are there. Yesterday, I read in the newspaper also, as well as some good videos have come, that India is now playing a master stroke in power. We are trying to produce the neutrino power generation, and it was not produced commercially by any private industry like Adani, Ambani or Birla or Bajaj, but it is been designed completely by a CMET, a company that based in Pune and which is completely owned by the government. That is for material and technology company. So the first time vocational education is being placed at the heart of India's learning ecosystem. As far as NEP is there, not as a side stream, but as an essential part of holistic education. So what NEP has incorporated all these things. So from grade 6 onwards, students are introduced to vocational subjects through bagless days, internship and hands-on projects. You can see the amount of weight that these students are carrying with them. The objective is ambitious yet achievable. Provide vocational exposure to at least 50% of the learners by 2025. So they explore skills ranging from traditional crafts like carpentry, pottery, cooking to emerging areas like artificial intelligence, coding and robotics. You can see carpentry, pottery, cooking are all traditional crafts, whereas artificial intelligence, coding and robotics are the modern arts. They are the modern skills. So we have to equip the people from both point of view, because art and aesthetic is in our DNA, as we have seen in the past past slides, that art and aesthetic and culture is the DNA of India. तत्कर्मयन्न बंधाय सा विद्याया विमुक्तये आयासाया परम कर्म विद्यान्याम शिल्प नैपुण्य। एक विष्णु पुराण से लिया गया ये श्लोक है। विद्या का मतलब क्या है और कला का मतलब क्या है? वह ही विद्या है जो नितांत मुक्ति दिलाए। वैसे तो आजकल विद्यालयों में या कहो विश्वविद्यालयों में जो पढ़ाया जाता है, जैसे कि भाषा विज्ञान, वाणिज्य, कंप्यूटर तकनीकी, वैद्यकीय, भूस्तर, पदार्थ, अवकाश विज्ञान आदि को विद्या कहते हैं, पर यह विद्या नहीं है। विद्या वो होती है जिससे सिर्फ निर्वाह चलता है। दे आर द लाइफ स्किल्स। सांसारिक सुख सुविधाएं बढ़ती है और सामंजस्य बना रहता है। सो हमको वो विद्या चाहिए जिसे पराविद्या कहते हैं। वो पराविद्या यानी द वन जो मुझे मुक्ति दिलाती है। यानी हम लोगों के कंसिडरेशन ये है कि हमको 84 लाख योनि से, 84 लाख बर्थ से हमको जाना पड़ता है, तब हमें मुक्ति मिलती है। और जब तक हम लोग ये रियलाइज नहीं करेंगे, हमें मुक्ति नहीं मिल सकती। ऐसा कुछ है। बट लेट अस नॉट go to that particular thing. Let us take what extract of the whole thing. 1 minute, just excuse me. Hello. हाँ, हो अकोल का फोन करें। सॉरी। सो विद्या कुछ हद तक स्किल को भी कहा जाता है, जैसे कि संगीत, तीरंदाजी, घुड़सवारी, बहुत सारी कलाएं जिसको कि सीधा प्रशिक्षक की निगरानी में किया जाए। तो इस तरह के जो ज्ञान है उसे विद्या कहा जाना पूर्णतः सत्य नहीं है। इसको लौकिक विद्या भी कहा जा सकता है, जिसे लोग कह रहे संसार के सहूलियत से चले, लेकिन उपरोक्त सुभाषित के परिप्रेक्ष्य में यह अर्थ नहीं लिया जाता है, बल्कि उस अर्थ में ऊपर कही गई सारी विद्याएं ये अविद्या है। और जो विद्या वही है जो हमें मुक्ति दिलाए। तो विद्या वो है जो जीवन के सुख या दुख को दूर करे, अंधकार और दुख जो अपने आप से दूर ले जाए, जैसे कि राग द्वेष। हम लोग थोड़ा स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ जाए, पर ये बहुत एक अच्छा अवसर है इस वक्त आपको ये भी बताना, क्योंकि हमको जो काम पसंद है ना, वो काम हम करेंगे ना, तो अपने आप जीवन में अंधकार दूर हो जाता है। अपने आप जीवन में ये जो षडरिपु है, राग द्वेष मद मोह अहंकार मत्सर, ये सारे दूर हो जाते हैं। चाहे वो बालक हो, राजा हो, रंक हो या वृद्ध हो, या स्त्री हो या पुरुष हो, या किसी देश का हो, फिर ऐसे दुख किसी भी बंदे को छेड़ता नहीं है। इसलिए इस दुखी के इसको दुख से मुक्ति पाने के लिए हम लोगों को क्या करना चाहिए? एक ऐसी विद्या लेनी चाहिए जो योग के माध्यम से हमको मिली है, और ये विद्या हमको गुरु के माध्यम से मिलती है। इसलिए अपने आप से जुड़ के सब दुखों से नितांत मुक्ति पाने की जो विद्या है, जो सच्चे सही करुणा निधान गुरु से प्रत्यक्ष रूप में मिले और जिसमें पारंगत होकर दुख मुक्ति पाले, भवमुक्ति पाले, वही विद्या है, बाकी सारा ज्ञान अविद्या है। और शायद हम लोगों ने जो कंसिडर किया था वो एडम स्मिथ के कॉन्सेप्ट में नहीं बैठता है, क्योंकि वो वर्ल्ड पूरा मटेरियल वर्ल्ड है। इसका मतलब ये जो श्लोक है ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड को कीमत नहीं देता है क्या? नहीं देता है, क्योंकि जब तक हम लोग हैं तब तक विद्या है, जब हम नहीं हैं तो क्या विद्या और क्या अविद्या। इसलिए जो हमको चाहिए जीवन जीने के लिए वो जीवन विद्या है, और जो मुक्ति पाने के लिए है उसे विद्या कहेंगे। तो शास्त्रों का पठन या गायन पोपट वाला ज्ञान है, वाद विवाद वाणी विलास है, अविद्या है। जो अनुभव पर उतरे वो प्रयास, वो योग विद्या ही विद्या है। इसलिए कहा है सा विद्या या विमुक्तये। जैसे हम कितना भी बताएं कि फायर, डोंट टच द फायर, लोग जाएंगे, नजदीक जाएंगे, जब तक के चटका बैठेगा नहीं, जब तक के गर्म महसूस होगा नहीं, तब तक उसको अनुभव नहीं आएगा। और वो अनुभव जो होता है, अनुभव प्रधान जो शिक्षण होता है, वो हमें मुक्ति की ओर ज्यादा ले जाता है। वेयर एज सिर्फ पोपट वाला जो ज्ञान होता है वो हमें मुक्ति की तरफ नहीं ले जाता। इसका ये सारासार अर्थ है। तो ये सारे लाइफ स्किल्स है, जस्ट इट इज जस्ट स्मॉल स्लाइड on this, though it is not very clear, but you can see a pushkarini there. This is underground 6-storied building where water used to be there stored. So this is water survivor. NEP 2020 has got so many things into it. The ancient education system was one of the most well organized in the world, with knowledge being acquired either through paravidya, the intuitive knowledge, and through regular practices, अपराविद्या. So एक पारलौकिक वाला ज्ञान होता है और एक लौकिक ज्ञान होता है, या फिर एक पार विद्या होती है और एक अपार विद्या होती है. So different components of the system have been compiled here with a focus how these fields were classified and what was taught under each category. क्या क्या करते थे पुराने टाइम पर? The positive aspects of ancient Indian education system, AIS, along with their relevance to the modern education system, given India's multilingual nature. कोई भी पुराने बंदे को लीजिए, उसको कम से कम 3 या 4 भाषा आती थी. इनफैक्ट माय फादर यूज्ड टू स्पीक more than 10 languages. It's very simple because his primary education was through Gurukul, and later on he did all his formal education from schools and all that. But whatever the knowledge that he has got it from Gurukul, he learned Telugu, he learned Tamil, he learned Malayalam, he learned Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, English, Banjara, Marwadi, Gujarati. So all these many languages that he has learned, not only in school, but in the world itself, by either from Guru or from experiences. So what we need to go for a multilingual approach. So I will support that should have multilingual approach to the education. So removing language barrier could be a transformative step in restoring the glory of Indian education system. जैसे सभी चीजें इंग्लिश में पढ़ना जरूरी नहीं है, and that is why I am using the bilingual approach. कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जिससे हम लोग हमारी मातृभाषा में ही हमको अच्छा लगता है. और अगर मुझे 11th-12th में साइंस, जहाँ की मैं फिजिक्स का ग्रेजुएट हूँ, तो अगर साइंस मेरी मराठी में होती तो शायद आज पिक्चर कुछ और होता. पर हालांकि in spite of being Marathi medium student, I was forced to learn physics in English, and the result you can see. Those who could overcome that barrier will definitely are doing better there in the world, but those who could not break the barrier only because of the language, this will be a transformative step for them, and NEP has taken a great initiative in incorporating the multiple languages in higher education. Ancient education system emphasized skill development rather than just a theoretical knowledge. The goal was to prepare individuals for a successful and practical life. हमारे यहाँ हम ग्रेजुएट भी होते हैं तो हमको बहुत सारी चीजें आती नहीं है. But at a certain age, students move to ashrams where they followed a strict timetable. Their educations covered everything from basic life skills to advanced professional skills. During the early years, all students followed a uniform schedule, learning essential life skills such as cooking, washing, cleaning, caring for cattle, tending to the environment. As they progress to higher levels, students are grouped and trained in specific skills relevant to the future professions, such as farming, swimming, apparel making, construction, architecture. Definitely in future, I mean, in the future slides, the upcoming slides, we'll discuss all the ancient skills of 64 Kalas, 18 Vidya, and so on, so on. So all these subjects were taught in the local languages. So their practice developed sense of pride towards their own language and easier to understand the deep concepts without any hassle. So you can see how Gurukuls were constructed, the hassle-free generation with deep understanding of the concepts of society. By being with the local language and by being adopted, all the basic skills of life that takes them to a wealthy and healthy life. So this system ensured that each segment of the society excelled in its respective skills. Normally, it is said that Bara Balutedar. In a village, there are 12 skillful persons. So all these 12 skillful persons, when they are available locally, they eliminate the need of traveling distances for small these services. And that is why we used to say that our villages were self-reliant. And the basics of self-reliance of these villages lie somewhere in the education pattern that we have had. So it's time to revamp the education, make skill education to be at the center of the place, because most of the population percentage in India is skillful, but unless and until we do not train them, they won't be contributing much in the development of the nation. So what we require is a more skillful approach. So in ancient India, India was a global center of education. In fact, you all know, we have had a great universities, Nalanda, Takshashila, Vikramshila and all. There were at least 35 universities in ancient India. I'm writing a book on that also, the administration in ancient universities. I'm still working on it. I think it will take another 2 years. So how administration of ancient Indian education system used to be there, that is also the part of studies. So the skill education was at the center of the place. And it was providing a knowledge for livelihood. So the ancient education system was not solely focused on providing knowledge for earning a livelihood, but indigenously divided into different stages of categories to impart scientific, social, cultural, and spiritual wisdom. Let us repeat the words: impart scientific, social, cultural, and spiritual wisdom. So wisdom is there. The one who carry all scientific values as like Charvak, or the social life as like Chanakya. The cultural life you can see depicted in every state, dances, the art and architectural things that has been shown, and spiritual wisdom as like Patanjali Manashastra. So there are so many things which have given a great example to the world, and it's time for the world to follow India back again. But for that, we need to be ready from our side, because when people from abroad will come to India, they will have to hunt for all these small skills that they have read in the books. And here, people are having some other skills. So the system instilled a profound sense of responsibility. Unless and until we are not responsible from our side, the society, family, nature, and the environment, and all students, there won't be a character building. it will be a characterless building then. So unless and until we do not inculcate the scientific temperament, the thinking of the students will not change, and definitely the whole education system will not be changed and will not turn the India into a skillful country. So skill education is the main basic motto of this whole presentation. You can see how knowledge has been divided. This chart is very good. I request the coordinators to share this presentation with them also. I will send you the soft copy of the presentation too. So this knowledge has got, as I said in earlier slide, the para and apara knowledge. So para is the knowledge which is not for human, but it is the knowledge which is far beyond the human aspects. Whereas this apara knowledge is divided into Shruti, Smruti, then Vedang, Upavedang, then Agam, Puran, Itihas, then all Vedas and Upavedas has Rigved, Yajurved, Samaved, Atharvaved. Then all these are again divided into Shilpaved, Dhanurved, Gandharvaved and Atharvaved. And these again have some basic types. Shilpaved has social science and self-improvement. Dhanurved has military science. Gandharvaved has music and arts. And medical sciences has Atharvaved. So if we see, there are Chauda Vidya, 14 kinds of knowledges were there. And 64 skills are there. Definitely, I'm going to go for these 64 skills and enlisting them. And then you will come to know that how rich India was. But before I go into it, let us go to Agam, Puran, Itihas. What I would appeal to all of you, at least read the content of Shilpaved, content of Dhanurved, content of Gandharvaved and content of Atharvaved, how systematically they have depicted, inculcated and trained the youths from India to be a more skillful, more responsible people. See, in Shilpaved, you can see social science and self-improvement was there. Military science, Dhanurved was there. And military science was at its part. So all these things are there. In Gandharvaved, music and arts are there. In Atharvaved, medical science is there. I don't have to tell so many things about Ayurveda, but Ayurveda is considered to be again a medicine that has no side effect. So in between, what has had happened? Let us forget all that and forgive also. But let us rebuild India from these point of views. This is another fantastic slide. Nirukta, Vedang. So Vedang has got 6 corners. Nirukta, Shiksha, Kalpa, Jyotish, Chanda, Vyakaran. So Vedang is also the part of Ved, and these are all Shastra. Char Ved, Saha Shastra, 18 Puran, and 64 विद्या. ये सबका गणपति देवता अधिदेवता है. इसका मतलब ये है कि all these things Lord Ganesha knew it. So Nirukta, Shiksha, Kalp, Jyotish, Chand or Vyakaran. These are all Shastra we do have. So in Nirukta Shastra, what exactly is there, the process, what kind of things could be followed and all that. Shiksha is the lesson for life. One minute. Kalp is the time period. Jyotish is astronomy. Chand is kavita, literature, rupak, and Vyakaran is the construction, the syntactical manner. In coding also, we do follow the syntax. So all these Saha Shastra, 6 Shastras, have played an important role in skilling India in ancient times. Now 64 Kalas that mention in ancient Indian education. The mastery of as many as 64 traditional arts known as Chausat Kala or Chatusashti Kala formed an important basis in the development of a cultural individual in many parts of ancient India. So it is believed that Bhagwan Krishna possesses these arts. So after slaying of Kamsa and the thread ceremony, the Kansa, slaying Kansa को मारने के बाद, and the thread ceremony, Krishna and Balarama went to the ashram of Guru Sandipani in the city of Avanti, which is still in existence. Let me repeat, the Guru Sandipani ashram of Ujjain is still there, because when we had conducted the Gurukul meet once upon a time, some 3-4 years before, we could find the representative from Sandipani ashram also. And they say that we are from Lord Krishna's. So there, within a span of 64 days, Krishna learned 14 types of sciences, the Vidyas, and 64 Kalas, each of would take a normal person 2 to 2.5 years to accomplish. So just to learn these Vidyas, so all 64 Kala को जानने के लिए अगर नॉर्मल आदमी को 2 या 2.5 साल लगते हैं, इसका मतलब उनका शेड्यूल कितना टाइट होगा. We have only 2 subjects to learn, and in 10th standard we learn only 6 subjects, and we say that it is overburden. If you see in that time, if we enlist the 64 Kalas, Vidyas and all that, then you will come to know how difficult it was, the education. What are the 64 Kalas? The slight variations are there in enumerating the 64 Kalas. Some are mentioned in the books. It's from आदिवासी लोक कला एवं बोली विकास अकादमी मध्य प्रदेश के संस्कृति परिषद से मैंने ये रेफरेंस लिया है. और जो बुक्स यहाँ मेंशन किए हैं, वो बुक्स में से जो कला आती है, ये सारी कलाएं का लिस्ट है वहां पर. शैव तंत्रम, महाभारतम, कामसूत्रम, नाट्यशास्त्रम, भगवत पुराणम, शुक्र नीति और शिव तत्व रत्नाकर, ये सारे ग्रंथ हैं जिसमें कला का उल्लेख है. जो 64 कलाएं हैं उनका उल्लेख इसमें है. किसी किसी में 72 कला भी दी गई है और कहीं कहीं 150 के आसपास की कलाएं भी आ गई है. But beyond all the differences and variations in the books and what has been mentioned there, let us try and reach to the actual kind of work. What kind of kalas were there? What kind of skills used to be there? You can see this. I will go very slowly so that you can read it out aloud to yourself. Geeta Vidya, Vadya Vidya, Nritya Vidya, Natya Vidya, Alekhya Vidya, विशेष कच्छेदय विद्या, तंदुल कुसुम बलि विकार विद्या, पुष्परत्न विद्या, पुष्पस्तरण विद्या, ये 8 विद्याएं देखिए आप. गीत विद्या इज आर्ट ऑफ सिंगिंग. वाद्य विद्या इज आर्ट ऑफ प्लेइंग ऑन म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. अभी हमारे पास सिर्फ एक ही नाम जाना जाता है, म्यूजिक. And under that music, we incorporate everything into it. But here, Geeta Vidya is different, Vadya Vidya is different, Nritya Vidya is different, Natya Vidya is different. Whereas painting is concerned, Alekhya Vidya is pure painting only. But Vishesha Kachedaya Vidya is art of painting the face and body with color. So that is also there. Then Tandula Kusuma Bali Vikara, the art of preparing offerings from rice and flowers. And that is why in South India or in every temple you can see, जो ये कला को जानते हैं वो बहुत अच्छी तरह से राइस और फ्लावर्स के ऑर्नामेंट्स बनाते हैं, गार्लैंड्स बनाते हैं, पुष्प बनाते हैं, पुष्प मालाएं बनाते हैं. So ये पुष्प स्तरण, art of making a covering of flowers for a bed. See, this is another, kala, means what kind of mastery these people used to have it. Now next 8. It's Dashan Vasanang Rag. Rag is cleansing, rugging, rag. So art of applying preparations for cleansing the teeth, clothes and painting the body. It's Mani Bhumika Karma, the art of making groundwork of jewels. It's Ayya Rakana, art of covering the bed. It's Udak Vadya. Udak is Pani, water, art of playing on music in water. Then Udak Ghat, art of splashing with water. Chitra Yoga, art of practically applying an admixture of colors. It's Malya Grathana Vikalpa, art of designing preparation of wreaths. Then Shekhara Pida Yojana, art of practically setting the coronet on the head. It's Shikhar Pida. Then Nepathya, Karnapatra, Sugandha Yukti, Bhushan Yojana, Aindrajala, Kaukumara, Hastalaghav, Chitra Sakpushpa, Bhaksha Vikara. I will give time to read out all these things. If I have got Hindi version, I'll send it with this also, or Sanskrit version, but you can search it on the net also. You can definitely get all these things because I've taken it from various references and various websites also. Nepathya Yoga, art of practically dressing the tiring room. Then Karnapatra Bhang, art of decorating the treasures of ear, Kan ki. Sugandha Yukti, art of practical applications of aromatics. Then Bhushan Yojana, art of applying or setting ornaments. Ornaments बनाना अलग है, ornaments को set करना, लगाना एक अपने आप में art है. Aindrajal, art of juggling. Then Kukumara, the kind of art. Hastalagava, the art of sleight of hand. And Chitra Sakapupa, Bhakshavikara, the art of preparing varieties of delicious food. Citra is then Panak Rasa Ragasav Yojana, the art of practically preparing palatable drinks and tinging draughts with red color. Then Sushi Vayakarma, the art of needle works and weaving. Then Sutra Krida, art of playing with thread. Veena Damurak Vadya, Damurak, the art of playing on lute and small drum. Chota Damurak, Damru. Then Prahelika, the art of making and solving riddles. Then Durvashaka Yoga, art of practicing language difficult to be answered by others. Normally it used to be for intelligence and all that. जैसे ये ऐसी लैंग्वेज है कि जिसमें कोडिंग यू कैन से इन शॉर्ट इट्स अ कोडिंग. देन पुस्तक वाचना, आर्ट ऑफ रिसाइटिंग बुक्स was also a kala. Then Natika Khaika, Natik, yani Akyaika, ये दर्शन है। नाटक, छोटी जो नाटिका होती है उसकी आख्यायिका में उसको प्रदर्शित करना विथ सिंपल प्लेज एंड एनेक्डोट्स। सो नाटिका, आख्यायिका, दर्शना, ये अभी तक 32 कलाएं हो गई हमारी, और ये हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है स्कूल में, कॉलेजेस में हम लोग इसको कर सकते हैं। सो इफ अ टीचर फ्रॉम योर साइड would take at least one kala and teach every student one kala, there can be people of 64, a group of 64 people expert in different kalas. Kavya Samasya Puran, art of solving enigmatic verses. Then Pattika Vetra Ban Vikalp, art of designing preparation of shield, cane and arrows. It's Tarku Karma, the art of spinning by spindle. Then Takshana, art of carpentry. Then Vastu Vidya, art of engineering. Raupya Ratna Pariksha, art of testing silver and jewels. Dhatu Vidya, art of metallurgy. Mani Rag Gyan, the art of tinging jewels. Then Akar Gyan, the art of mineralogy. Then Vrukshayur Veda Yoga, the art of practicing medicine and medical treatment by herbs. It's Vrukshaka Ayurveda, Vrukshayurveda Yoga. It's Mesha Kukut Lavaka Yuddha Vidhi, art of knowing the mode of fighting of lambs, cocks and birds. इनकी जो फाइटिंग है उसको भी एक विद्या है। Then Shukra Sharika Pralepana, art of maintaining or knowing conversation between male and female cockatoos. Then Ustadan, art of healing or cleaning a person with perfumes. Then Kesh Marjana Kaushalya, art of combing hair. Akshar Mushtika Kathan, art of talking with fingers. Dharana Matrika, art of use of amulets. Desh Bhasha Gyan, art of knowing provincial dialects. Nirmiti Gyan, art of knowing prediction by heavenly voice. Yantra Matrika is art of mechanics. Then Mlechita Uttaraka Vikalpa, art of fabricating barbarous or foreign sophistry. Then Samyavesha, it's art of conversation. Then Manasi Kavya Kriya, it's art of composing verse. Kriya Vikalpa is art of designing a literary work or a medical remedy. Then it's Chalitaka Yoga, art of practicing as a builder of shrines called after him. It's Abhidhana Chanda Koshak Dano, the art of use of lexicography and meters. It's excellent, it is. Notations and all that we should. Then Vastra Gopana, it's also art of concealment of clothes. Then Dyuta Vishesh, art of knowing specific gambling. Then Akarsha Krida, art of playing with dice or magnet. Then Balaka Kridanaka, art of using children's toys. Then Vaineki Vidya is art of enforcing discipline. Then Vaijeki Vidya, the art of gaining victory. And Vaitaliki Vidya is art of awakening master with music at dawn. These are the 64 kalas. There are some other also. Performing arts, visual and material arts, domestic and practical skills, technical and professional skills, intellectual and social skills, physical and miscellaneous arts. So all these things are divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all these 6 vidyas, you can say, all these are divided into it. So all these 64 kalas, 64 skills are divided in these parts. And if you compare them with the modern skills, you will come to know that many more skills used to be there in ancient times. Could you just excuse me for a moment? Extremely sorry, it was an important call. So these modern skills can be incorporated by amalgamating the original skills. Now, these 64 kalas or arts in ancient India, as detailed in Kama Sutra and other texts, represent comprehensive, holistic education for a cultivated individual covering artistic, social, and practical life skills. The skills include, as we came to know about it, and the key categories are also being mentioned here. But there are other books also which have enlisted the other skills too. This is just for your information. Some are, of course, repeated, no doubt. Just go through it. I will not repeat. Fourteen Vidyas are Rigved, Samaved, Yajurved, and Atharved. Then Upaved has got all these things. That's already mentioned in the chart, but just it is a theoretical approach that takes you here. It's very fantastic, you know. Arthashastra includes ancient treatises on statecraft, economic policy, and military strategy. Whereas Dhanurvidya is science of archery, but it is not only science of archery, it is for warfare also. Not only archery. Gandharva Vidya treatise on performing arts encompassing the theatre, dance, and music. So all these four things were taken together and called as Gandharva. And whereas Ayurveda has got all related to medicine. Ayu means the longevity, it's mentioned here. And these are Vedangas. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaran, Nirukta, Chand, Jyotish. What is Shiksha? The science of phonetics and phonology of Sanskrit. Its aim is the teaching of correct pronunciation of Vedic hymns and mantras. As like in English language, you have got phonetics. When you say, Mera pronunciation acha nahi hai, so it is not pronunciation, it is pronunciation. So if your phonetics is good, your English is, audible. It produces a good sync with the nature. So if your language is good, it produces good sync with the nature. So as like Sanskrit, the phonology has to be correct. and you must go for right pronunciation, and that is why the whole science is based on it. Then next is Kalp, the art of rituals. Third is Vyakaran, Sanskrit grammatical tradition of Vyakaran. Then Nirukta is art of etymology, particularly of obscure words. It consists of brief rules, sutras for deriving word meanings supplemented with glossaries, difficult or rare Vedic words. Do you know that most of the formula or shlokas given in mathematics, astronomy, warfare, metallurgy have come from Nirukta? Because they have shortlisted, encoded the knowledge in shlokas. And that is why sutras play an important role. And that is why the Sanskrit etymology plays very important role to understand the ancient knowledge. Chanda is study of Vedic meter in classical Sanskrit poetry. It's basically related to poetry. And Jyotish system of astrology traditionally consists of three branches. One is Siddhanta, second is Sanhita. I mean, in Siddhanta, there are again two, Sanhita and Medini Jyotisha, and third is Hora. So, these Jyotish Shastra is there. In my college, we have got MA in astrology run by Indira Gandhi National Open University. And it is very fantastic course. Even I have taken an admission for this to understand what exactly is Hora. Hora is a predictive astrology based on analysis of natural horoscope and the moment of queries made. It's really very good. Hora is a logic, basically, and it is nothing to do with so-called, Jyotish, what we normally refer Jyotish as. But Jyotish Shastra is really a science that tells you the movement of stars. Even it can predict the financial positions, earthquakes, and so on. And it's a science. Hello?
चालेल ना, काय अडचण नाही.
Could you just switch off whoever is there on the mic?
तो 2 तास, पावणे 2 तास लागतात तिथे जायला. पावणे 2 तास जायला, पावणे 2 तास यायला. आणि 2 तास
Can
तिथं म्हणजे
somebody switch off the mic? Now, the alternative skills are also mentioned in some of the books. Just go through it. I will not repeat. Making garlands, setting headgear or coronets, dressing and costume design, decorating the ear strongs, application of fragrances, applying ornaments, juggling or sleight of hands, the knowledge of mystic arts, manual dexterity or sleight hand, preparing decorative and tasty dishes, preparing drinks, needlework and weaving, Veena Vadan, ek different kala, playing with threads is different one, making and solving riddles, prahalika, solving complex speech or conundrums. So there are recitation of books, enacting stories, plays, completing poetic verses, making weapons and shields, spinning by spindle. Then carpentry, architecture, gemstones, metallurgy, knowledge of jewel coloring, mineralogy, herbal medicine. All these are knowledge of animal fighting. Then training parrots, birds to speak. Then person hygiene, that used to be there in intelligence and all that. They used to send the, doot, kabutar ja ja ja, is all in shuk sarika palapal, pralapan. So personal hygiene and massage, that's in Ustadan. Then Kesha Marjana Kaushal. It's all enlisted in all 64 kalas that I have mentioned it. But here, more proper meanings are also been given here. Yantra Matrika, mechanics of machine crafting. Nechita, Utarka Vikalpa, understanding and responding to foreign logic. We require more here, lesson. Even if you do not know Japanese, still with the help of this Vidya, you can understand what they are trying to convey. So basically, it is a language of human. Normally, when two human beings discuss with each other, they do not require any language. So just like that only. So in a world of noise, critical thinking is power. It's all now ancient skills, ancient Vidya and Indian knowledge system to be incorporated in the present world of critical thinking is itself a big challenge. But what is a critical thinking? Critical thinking means understanding ideas in a deeper way. It is about asking questions instead of simply believing something, looking for evidence-based information to check it is true or not. Listening to different opinions, by doing this, we can make smart decisions instead of accepting things quickly. So critical thinking helps us to think for ourselves and not just follow what others say. So even if by this lecture, if you're not agree with me, your critical thinking power will lead you to the right conclusion. Whatever I say is my own opinion, and what is there the fact, you judge it through the information, literature and all that, and you'll come to know. Now, I think it's time to shift to the next part. But before I go to the next part, let us find out in what way the artisan guilds have been created so far. I will not go in much detail of this. Just I'll briefly mention this all. Artisan guilds or corporations were also a powerful force to reckon with both politics and society. So what kind of social approach were there during that time in ancient times? Even what was the corporate life during Chanakya's times is all discussed here. I'll keep it for you to read it instead that I tell you something, so that I can pose a question to you on this particular aspect. बोलो ना. An intriguing fact is that these guilds were also highly mobile and could move or migrate to long distances at astonishing speeds. So we have an example of a guild comprising 1,000 families of carpenters near Varanasi who left the town during a troubled period and settled in faraway island. So how these migrations took place, you can see that. The group of talented, skillful people used to work like a project-based working was there, like a project-based. If suppose I would say that in Ajanta, those who have created the great Ajanta caves, where have they gone? They are all Indians, no doubt at all. When they were all here, there was a city, a temporary city was there, and city of skillful people. So what kind of management used to be there? even the politics did not disturb the work of Ajanta and Ellora and all that. So what kind of social, strata could be there during that time? That is all like astonishing for all of us. And Britishers were astonished to see that कि हम कितना भी करें कुछ भी, but इनका social जो है aspect वो disturb नहीं हो रहा है. तो इनके education system को हमको crack करना पड़ेगा. And that is why they have started killing our system by incorporating Macaulay's pattern and so on. But let us not discuss now. That is our very old phenomena. We have come out of Macaulay since long time. So we will look at some major aspects how these artisan guilds were organized broadly around three factors: the heredity of profession, localization of different branches of specialization within profession, the office of Jeshtha, the supreme head of the guild. The Jeshtha was akin to alderman of the Western Palace. Just read it all, how these were, together. For every skill, there is one Jeshtha. You can call it to be जैसे carpentry वाला एक skill होता है, तो carpentry के skill में एक Jeshtha होता है, who is the supreme head of that guild. So whatever the carpentry work going on in here will be under his supervision, and he is going to represent the king. So some Jeshthas were the favorites of the king as well. But appointment of Jeshtha was done by, the republic way, by voting. And it was based on merit. As like RBI governor, we can say, it's clearly mentioned there. So in fact, if we dig into these primary sources, the more gold we get. यानी जितना हम अंदर जाएंगे IKS में, we'll come to know so many things. In all the lessons of IKS or ancient sciences or ancient literature that we have had, we have heard only the stories of kings, demons, queens, power game, and character assassination. But beyond that, the history is of art, aesthetics, social aspects, cultural aspects. So everything has to be there to be studied from this point of view. And that is why I have just mentioned how these guilds have played an important role in arbitrating and educating the evenness in the society. You can see that in a highly interesting episode in the Vinay Pitika, we learn of how some wives of the guild members were even permitted to become sannyasinis. So it's a group of people. So there were rules and regulations. How was the corporate life in Kautilyan period? Just simply read it. I will not read aloud, or I will not even discuss much about it.
Obesity.
Kautilyan, broadly speaking, Mauryan Empire. Hello? Please stop talking. Stop talking, please. In the Kautilyan, or broadly speaking, the Mauryan Empire, the taxes remitted by guilds and corporations were one of the most important sources of revenue. So superintendent of accounts had to enter the following information registers and account figures. You can see what kind of information,
हा
how
म्हणजे सर काम त्यांनी लिस्ट असं सांगितलं मला की असं का वाढते एक्सेस जे आपण बॉडीला जे
तर
नाही
जे
लागत
कोणी
ना ते
बोलत
एकदम
आहे ना
वाढते.
त्यांनी शांत राहावं. सर त्यांना आपल्याला म्यूट करता येतं का बघा. ऑर्गनायझर काइंडली टेक अ नोट ऑफ इट. A detailed history of the custom of each guild or corporation, specific details of the custom themselves. So IKS has got these things also. How the offices used to run, how businesses used to be there, how farming used to take place. So all these management aspects have also been incorporated in the studies of IKS. So IKS is not simply, making ornaments and discussing all warfares, kings and queens and all that. So there are so many things you have to understand the profession, its social aspects, trade, craft, industry, and so on. So every guild or corporation is to be studied thoroughly. This is all there. How government machinery used to work. That is what is there to be given, whether it can be the Vijayanagara Empire, whether it can be Vakatak, or whether it can be Chalukya and all that. Again, I'll come on to the same thing. Architectural wonders. I hope by now you come to know what these temples are and what are they doing here in this slide. The message is very clear. A time that was rich in culture, heritage, and architectural wonders. We need to recreate these corridors again so that the whole world comes to us and we will definitely become the guru. Though the word is now not really very, respectfully taken, but truly speaking, still the knowledge is at its place and it at high. Forget the political scenario, what it is exactly, but let us respect our ancient heritage and try and follow them, try and learn them, and try and teach them to the children also, and include most of the aspects of this heritage into the curriculum by way of some, small stories, by way of some small historical knowledge, some scientific evidences or scientific approach of these heritage buildings. So, what these 1000 years old temples in India? Here are the answers. I had told you right in the beginning, I had shown this picture. Is it fine? I'll read how have these temples withstood the test of time. It's because of this robust construction technique, the use of sturdy material like stone and granite. Maintenance and restoration efforts contribute to their longevity. So the ancient temples hold not only one aspect of it, but it provides all historical, cultural, and architectural significance. So all these insights have to work upon. So India is the skills capital of India. I'll just read once. With one of the largest youth population in the world, India is positioning itself as a global skill powerhouse. So value of embedding global skills into the curriculum and listening to industry feedback, producing graduates with global skills adaptable to the ever-changing. So India is going to be a nation that produces the global workforce of the future. If at all India is to be skill capital of the world, the higher education has to work hand in hand with industry, government, technology, who are adaptable. The graduates need to be adaptable, confident, and globally competent. So curriculum must involve in real time a partnership with industry to ensure graduates leave not just with knowledge, but with skills and confidence to leave. So in short, let noble thoughts come to us from every direction. Let us stand firm on our own feet. And if we do this all, I think we will be able to make the things in a very great way. This is another presentation from my side. Just hold on. Uh, am I okay? Am I audible? So let us go to the part 2 of the reskilling India. Now, this is all with the modern skills. What kind of work would be there in 2030 that navigates or shift to sustainable energy, adaptability, and emotional intelligence? So this is another issue that to be incorporated in the curriculum. So along with ancient knowledge that we have to include this also into it. So what requirements are there? This is all based on the studies of the world's different reports of the experts and all that. So what area would be shifting? What is the shifting landscape? The workplace in 2030 will be shaped by new technologies, evolving industries, and shifting social dynamics. So while we can't predict every change with certainty, we do not know the future will require a diverse set of skills to navigate these complexities. But we will require people who can actually work upon these kind of skills. So we are not sure what will be the future, but at least we can make some management what we think accordingly. जैसे हमको लगता है कि आगे चल के ये प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है, तो वो accordingly we have to shape our students to face that future. We need to, train the people to face the future challenges and make them skilled. Renewable energy shift is also there. It's very, important. The world accelerates its shift to sustainable energy sources. Though the wind energy picture has been shown to you, but as I told right in the beginning that I have heard of neutrino power, and neutrino power is going to make a big change in the world. I remember the word of Tesla, who once said that kindly help me to build a tower and then I can provide free electricity to the world. And now instead of tower, the Cement India has made small cubes of this size. A power generation, Shri Ram Honda genset का जो power bag होता है, like that power generator, they have produced it, and that is been produced on domestic grounds. 6 kilowatt तक का energy देता है. यानी you do not require wind power, you do not require hydro power, you do not require thermal power, you do not require the solar power. Neutrino power plays very important role in the coming future. So definitely sustainable sources are there, और वो free of cost है, free of cost. Green tech know-how, understanding energy efficiency, implementing sustainable practices, navigating new regulatory framework. तो ये सब हमको करना पड़ेगा. These are all challenges that we are going to have in 2030, at least India, because we are going to be by 2030 more than 180 million. Adaptability कैसी होगी? How to adapt with the new technology? What kind of workplace environment will be there? What kind of demands will be there, and how they crucial are there? जैसे when we say that the geopolitics change everything, so the knowledge politics also changes all priority. Geoscience change everything, as like the skill science also changes accordingly. So survival skills play very important role. Workers who can stay flexible and embrace change will be in high demand. It is no longer enough to rely on a static skill set. we cannot depend on the age-old static skills. जैसे मैंने आज तक कभी बैंक में हम लोग जाते हैं ना जब लोन के लिए, तो हम किसी टेबल पर पूछने को जाते हैं तो नो लोन मेरा सेक्शन नहीं है, मुझे नहीं मालूम। किसी एमएससी फिजिक्स वालों को पूछो कि बायोलॉजी में इसका मतलब क्या होता है, कि he will say that no, I don't know biology because it's not my specialization. I can understand super specialization is different, but a minimum understanding is required. So a person need to be flexible. But law of inertia works better sometimes here. We are so reluctant to enter into others' area or to change our own area. And that is why things are not happening as per our demand. Continuous learning helps professionals stay relevant in ever-evolving market, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. So continuous learning is one of the basic things that we need to go for. In what way then gap can be bridged? 60% of the workers will need training by 2027 to keep pace with technological advancements. It means 60% लोग जो अभी काम कर रहे हैं जो स्किल पर, वो अगर 2027 तक अपने को बदलेंगे नहीं तो सबके जॉब निकल जाए. And then we'll say that AI will bring so many things, AI will do that, AI will do this, AI will do that. ये तो होना ही है. The new technology has to evolve. We need to change ourselves, and the change should be inevitable. Unless and until we do not train ourselves and give more opportunity to these existing workers, it will be a very crucial time for all of us to work in improved organizational environment. So we have to provide sufficient opportunity, but the fact is that only 50% currently have access to sufficient training opportunity. Remaining do not have. Most of the companies on corporate responses claim that they would like to invest on training, but they don't get good on-job training facilities properly. So it is the fault of our education system. It is the fault of our teachers, especially those who have come from engineering background. They must work upon industrial training part. I'll repeat once again. Those who are from engineering point of view, engineering college teachers or technical college teachers, they should work upon the training, because many companies require good teachers to handle few instruments. When I had been to one of the big pharmaceutical companies some 2-3 months before, they had big instruments, advanced instruments have come. The name of the company is Perkin Elmer. So they have brought all big analytical instruments, but there was no one to operate it. So they had to call us to operate such kind of instruments. Unfortunately, engineering students could not operate these instruments. So it is must for any engineering graduate that many companies would like to invest, make a money out of it. Upskill yourself, reskill yourself, give on-job training to them, and give more opportunity for learning. And that is why the whole STC's objective is that you have to be more industry friendly. Unless and until you are not industry linked approach, not follow the industry linked approach, I don't think you will be able to, survive in the future. So 82% of the companies are planning to invest, make most of it. This is all there. I will not say much on this degree program, job skills, flexibility and all. In what way the upskilling can be done, by following some degree programs, some job specific skills, some flexibility. When I had planned to make my students, see, my college is providing a traditional education like BA, BSc, BCom. And when I had inquired to industry, they require some different skills. No doubt that my all commerce graduates are 100% employable. But I need to train these students and make them employer ready. And once I make them employer ready, they'll get better start with the pay. क्योंकि ट्रेन हुआ स्टाफ किसी को भी अच्छा लगता है. ट्रेंड और अनुभवी एक्सपीरियंस स्टाफ अगर मिल जाए, जॉब अगर मिल जाए, तो हमको यू स्टार्ट योर करियर विद अ बेटर पर्क्स. फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इज ऑल्सो देयर. एनईपी का स्पेशलिटी है वो. Learn at your own pace, and that is why in our ancient times Lord Sri Krishna make everything master in 14 days, whereas others have taken more than 3 years. So flexibility, learn at your own pace. कोई किसी के लिए रुकेगा नहीं. करियर ट्रैजेक्टरी में कोई किसी के लिए रुकेगा नहीं. मैंने अगर ये पा लिया है स्किल, तो आई शुड लीव, आई शुड पास माय एग्जामिनेशन एंड आई शुड गो ऑफ and come to the market. If these kind of flexibility could be there, I think we can definitely go for it. Instead of having common examinations, instead of having all, like stupid approach, let us have flexible evaluation, flexible learning, and then definitely we can work upon. So this open kind of environment should be there. We have been following it since 5,000 years known history. And suddenly in last 200 years, we started taking all group examinations, all classroom examinations. So let us leave the approach and face something very new. Emotional intelligence is one of the great things that we have to go for. This is one of the skills that we'll be requiring. So human element is to be formed. Human element is to be handled. So whenever there is a question of human element, as far as industry is there, if we ask industry, अरे यार आप है ना एक काम कीजिए, आप है ना ये रोबोट को अपॉइंट करना छोड़ दीजिए और लोगों को लगा दीजिए, क्या लोग रोबोट के जैसा एक्यूरेट कर सकते हैं? क्या लोग रोबोट के जैसा डिलीजेंट काम कर सकते हैं 24 घंटे कंटिन्यू? रोबोट 24 घंटे काम कर सकेंगे, आदमी नहीं कर सकेंगे. एंड दैट इज व्हाई most of the industrialists prefer machine than human. Unless and until workplace में automation हो रहा है, तो automation को human element के साथ जोड़ना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि वो हमारी responsibility है. So automation, we are not against automation, but we are not too for automation. So go slowly. Unless and until you don't teach them what kind of skills we require with human element, your EQ will definitely take you to a greater level. And there are many jobs in emotional intelligence level also. Machine versus human, I have already told. In a tech world, tech-driven world, empathy becomes a powerful differentiator. Because machines do not understand human emotions. They even cannot handle the interpersonal relationships the way we can. Even artificial intelligence also do not understand unless and until we do incorporate or upload the data of similar kind. Because every human is different and every thinking is different, and that is why small conflict will be there definitely between machine and humans, but it is all there. The world is like this only. We have to go by this way. So what kind of skills we require? Self-awareness, empathy, and collaboration. All these 3 skills are required. And सबसे बढ़िया skill है self-awareness. Unless and until you do not understand your own emotions, और self-awareness के लिए we have to go by meditation. We have to understand, we have to analyze ourselves, and then only we can go for self-awareness. Empathy is there. To live in society, we need to have empathy because we have to understand the feeling of others' perspective. हम ही रहेंगे दुनिया में, हमारे सिवा कोई नहीं रहेगा दुनिया में, इससे तो बात बनेगी नहीं. राइट। एक बहुत अच्छी गजल है इसमें कि उन्हें नफरत हुई सारे जहां से, नई दुनिया कोई लाए कहां से। और जब आपको पूरे दुनिया से नफरत हो गई है तो हम नई दुनिया कहां से लाए भाई? ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट है। आपको यही दुनिया में रहना पड़ेगा और इन्हीं के साथ कोलैब करना पड़ेगा। यू हैव टू इफेक्टिवली वर्क विथ दिस डाइवर्स टीम in collaboration and give more output to it. Connecting globally. You can see the people from different countries are connected in this space. One is from Tanzania, one is from US, one is from UK, one is from Germany, one is from India, one is from Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and so on. So EQ tells you only one thing, that we are all human beings and we have to work for humanity. We are not in race with each other. We are not in competition with each other. Rather, we should have a stronger communication and deeper empathy to maintain the trust. And for that, what we require is, instead of language, we require emotions better. So once we emotionally understand the person to whom you are talking or communicating, I think you can connect by heart. And by connecting them by heart, you can take the business to a greater height. Cognitive skills, critical thinking, problem solving, and judgment. These excellent skills that has not been addressed till now. हम लोग इतना सारे एजुकेशन पॉलिसीज लेकर आए, पर कॉग्निटिव स्किल हैज वर्कड टू ओनली टू वन लेवल. Even cognitive skills, what we learned, has not taught us to take a right judgment. It has not even thrown us for problem solving. If these two are not achieved, how can there be a critical thinking to be incorporated in us? Analytical thinking is next part of it. Analytical thinking remains the most sought after core skill among employers for 2030. Because unless and until you do not train yourself to analytical approach, जैसे अभी ट्रम्प ने टेरिफ लगाया है हमारे ऊपर, जो ट्रम्प का टेरिफ लगाया है, तो वो कैसे एनालाइज करेंगे, what kind of global picture, global scenario would be there, so that we can understand the approach in a right method, right way. Okay. So what are the key cognitive skills? Analytical thinking, creative thinking, complex problem solving, decision making, and so on. So all these four skills are the skills of 21st century. We need to adopt them. We need to understand them, and we need to learn them, follow them properly, and then we can make a workforce, young workforce for the world. क्रॉस कल्चरल कॉम्पिटेंस, ये भी बहुत जरूरी है. मैं चाइना में गया था, मुझे खाने का ही प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. अरे भाई, मैं साउथ इंडिया में गया तो मुझे खाने का प्रॉब्लम आता है. I have a problem if I go deeper south. मैसूर के बाद थोड़ा आगे चला जाऊं, दावणगिरी वगैरह, तो मुझे बोलने की दिक्कत होती है. People don't speak even English also. They speak in Kannada only. If I go to Nalgonda and its rural places, the interior Nalgonda, I have a problem because people speak only Telugu. I don't understand Telugu. So I have one main aspect called as cultural. We are culturally connected. So India is not a country that has got unique language, but we have got unique feature of the language. So, and India has got a better opportunity, Indian youths, to have cross-cultural competence. कश्मीर का कल्चर थोड़ा सा अलग होता है, साउथ का कल्चर थोड़ा सा अलग होता है, शायद रिचुअल्स अलग होंगे, but we are culturally connected with each other. Let it be Pakistan, let it be Bangladesh, let it be Sri Lanka, Myanmar, or so any other country, especially South Asian countries. कुछ भी करो, हमको वो अच्छे लगते हैं क्योंकि वो हमारे अपने हैं. आज भले दुश्मन की जगह पर बैठे हो, कुछ दिन के बाद शायद सुधर जाएंगे, पर उनको सुधारना हमारा काम नहीं है. हम लोगों को हमारा टॉलरेंस बढ़ाना हमारा काम. टॉलरेंस बढ़ाना इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम कुछ भी सह लें, बट वी नीड टू प्रोवाइड अ गुड वर्कफोर्स by inculcating the cross cultural competence among the students. हमारे बहुत सारी टीमें अलग अलग देशों में काम करती हैं. अगर उनमें क्रॉस कल्चरल कॉम्पिटेंस ऑलरेडी है तो वो टीम ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल काम कर सकती है, ज्यादा इफेक्टिव काम कर सकती है, मोर इंपैक्टफुल काम कर सकती है. दैट इज 21st century स्किल. सॉफ्ट स्किल्स, nobody will forget the communication skills. I will not go into much detail. So much of things have been spoken on these soft skills. Lifelong learning, continuous growth. Embrace the mindset of continuous learning and development. Up to date तो होना ही चाहिए. Every day you need to up to date. Every day. जैसे हम लोग आते हैं सवेरे सवेरे मेल्स चेक करते हैं. आजकल तो एक बड़ा अच्छा काम है कि सवेरे उठे नहीं कि 5 बजे गुड मॉर्निंग गुड नाइट शुरू हो जाता है. यानी सवेरे 5 बजे व्हाट्सएप वाला गुड मॉर्निंग चालू हो जाता है और रात को 1 बजे गुड नाइट चालू हो जाता है. और इन बिटवीन हम लोगों की पूरी दुनिया है. बट वो कंटिन्यूस ग्रोथ नहीं है, वो लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग नहीं है. लर्निंग इज समथिंग दैट टेक्स यू करियर टू अ लॉन्गेविटी. So by these way, this is not much unknown to you all. Formal education है, online courses है, certification है, on-job training है, which are part of your curriculum. In fact, you can make all these recommendations in your curriculum. कि on-job training के लिए कितने hours देने पड़ेंगे, है ना? इसके लिए कितने hours देने पड़ेंगे? Certificate course अगर आना है तो कितने hours देने पड़ेंगे? Right? Project writing के लिए कितने लोग कितना देना पड़ेगा? इंटर्न के लिए कितना आवर्स देना पड़ेगा. एंड एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी पंक्चुअल, एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी प्रॉपर. देन ओनली आई थिंक आवर स्किल डेवलपमेंट गोल विल बी अचीव. मेंटरशिप एंड नेटवर्किंग बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए. इफ वी आर अ गुड मेंटर एंड वी एस्टेब्लिश गुड मेंटरशिप एंड नेटवर्किंग मेंटरशिप ऑल्सो प्रोड्यूसेस a robust professional network. क्योंकि unless and until we do not have a right professional network, बचाने से कुछ नहीं होगा, छुपाने से कुछ नहीं होगा. Rather be open for the knowledge, because knowledge is not owned by a person. Knowledge is owned by one supremacy, a supreme knowledge. People may call it to be a god or something else, I don't know. But that there should be a strong network between that supremacy and the supremacy in and around us. Unless and until we do not have good networking, we cannot grow. We cannot grow alone. We have to grow together. So changes to be there. You need to be receptive. So future is very bright. Truly speaking, future is very bright. As far as India is concerned, future is really bright. आने वाले हजारों साल में भारत ही राज करेगा. राज करेगा यानी वो वाला राज नहीं जो ब्रिटिशों ने किया है, वो वाला राज नहीं जो मुगलों ने किया है, वो वाला राज नहीं जो हुनों ने किया है. राज वो होता है जिसे कल्चरल राज कहते हैं. राज वो होता है जो भाषा का राज होता है. और वो राज हम करेंगे बिकॉज वी आर कल्चरली स्ट्रॉन्गर. Whether you are a student choosing what to study, a young professional looking to stay ahead, or a parent trying to guide your child, this is the list of bookmark, print and act on. ये दोनों भी presentation I will mail it to the concerned authorities and it will come to you. See, we have got next 20-25 minutes and in that I will enlist the new opportunities of the present world. What courses are there, and ideally what kind of path we need to go for to understand and adopt these kind of culture or these kind of skills. So here is one. If you are an engineer, what will be the next leap in artificial intelligence? This is not average AI. ये average AI नहीं है generally सबके लिए. ये world of autonomous agents है. AI systems that do not wait for instructions. They make decisions, learn from feedback, and act independently. The global agentic AI market is projected to grow from $5.1 billion in 2024 to $47.1 billion by 2030. The NASSCOM says, जितना ज्यादा पैसा होगा उतनी ज्यादा जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी होगी, इसलिए ज्यादा जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट होने वाली है. And what kind of sample job titles will be there? You need to be agent architect, AI agent architect, conversational AI engineer, autonomous system program manager, simulation test engineers, industry hiring. The companies would be Google, DeepMind, OpenAI, Microsoft, FinTech, EdTech, healthcare, and logistics. In short, unless and until you do not give right prompt to Gemini or Llama or whomsoever or whatever the AI tool that you are using, you won't get right result. So unless and until you do not have right training, right kind of prompt is not given to them, AI will be helpless. They will not do anything in that case. So real world example is DeepMind Alpha code, writing production ready code autonomously. Autonomous HR boards, screening CVs, scheduling interviews and conducting initial rounds. ये होते हैं नॉर्मल काम AI के. जैसे मेरे पास अभी 1 लाख जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, मैं एप्लीकेशंस मांग लूंगा, बट 1 लाख जॉब को सीवीज को सॉर्ट करने के लिए मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. आई विल हैव टू यूज रोबोट्स और आई विल हैव टू यूज AI so that it gets all quicker. Here I could provide an opportunity to 50,000 people to understand CVs and schedule interviews and all that. But human intervention, human interface, and human collaboration are 3 different things that makes me to take wrong decision, whereas AI might take a good decision. What kind of ideal study path is there? That has been mentioned here. MS in computer science, MS in machine learning, with specialization or minors in reinforcement learning, multi-agent systems, and so on. So if your AI needs you to be babysit, it's obsolete. Learn to build agents that act, adapt, and improve. So act, adapt, and improve. So AI. So this artificial intelligence will give you these kind of jobs then. What is the next? Job opportunity that we will be getting in. From boardrooms to government summits, sustainability is now the core energy. And there are n number of jobs in climate change. N number of jobs. People are running after carbon neutrality. शायद आपको पता नहीं है, you register as a farmer, an individual who is making the carbon credits. जो फार्मर होता है हमारा, कार्बन क्रेडिट कमाता है. अगर वो कार्बन क्रेडिट कमा के वो एक वेबसाइट पर डाल देता है, गवर्नमेंट को दे देता है, तो he might get in something return also. And for that, we need to understand what exactly the carbon neutrality. We need some professionals. So green transformation would create 395 million jobs globally by 2030. So Minkowski Global Institute sustainability focused startups raised over $70 billion in 2023 alone. यानी अभी तक 23 साल में 2023 में उन्होंने $70 बिलियन का खर्चा किया ग्रीन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. आपको भी पता है कि क्लाइमेट एडेप्टिव जो अर्बन डिजाइन है, इंडिया में वो $1 बिलियन इन्वेस्ट करने जा रहा है। नेशनल ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन मिशन जो नेदरलैंड्स क्लाइमेट एडेप्टिव, वो इसमें इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है। तो इसका मतलब है कि हमको जॉब टाइटल जो है वो एक बार आप देख लीजिए। देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स टू कम अपॉन। ESG analyst is there, compliance officer, climate change strategist, carbon markets consultant, circular economy designer. Circular economy is one of the great field. Sectors booming, energy and utilities, real estate and construction, urban planning, and so and so. And what are the education that we have to go for? These are the education. So let us quickly adopt these professional degrees in India and go global. डिजिटल डिफेंस इज द न्यू नेशनल डिफेंस। आप सबको पता है कि अभी ऑपरेशन हुआ था, राइट? एंड इन दैट ऑपरेशन, सिंस वी वेर डिजिटली स्ट्रांग, दैट इज व्हाई वी कुड गो conquer Pakistan's terrorist places and come back. So there are n number of opportunities for ethical hackers, testers, cloud security engineers, SOC analysts, and threat intelligence research. अच्छा, अपॉर्चुनिटीज कहाँ पर है? ये यहाँ पर है, बैंकिंग में है, फिनटेक में है, क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म में, हेल्थ केयर में, गवर्नमेंट डिफेंस में, ई कॉमर्स में है, रियल वर्ल्ड मिशंस में है, बिग बाउंड्री प्रोग्राम्स है, डिफेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स है, साइबर रिस्पॉन्स है। और क्या करना पड़ेगा आपको? इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग करना पड़ेगा, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग करना पड़ेगा, सिक्योरिटी है, नेटवर्क है, सर्टिफिकेट है, और छोटे मोटे कोर्सेस लेने पड़ेंगे। यू हैव टू डू सम स्मॉल कोर्सेस of this kind, and then you may be called upon as a consultant or as an independent director or only an advisor and earn lots of money all over the world. So this is the new area that you need to work upon. Then from assembly lines to assistive bots, robots, they do play very important role. What is there in the robotic engineering? You can see that कितना होगा? $310 बिलियन का मार्केट है। आप सोचिए कितना बड़ा ह्यूज मार्केट है। और मार्केट क्या कवर करने जा रहा है? मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, एग्रीकल्चर, लॉजिस्टिक्स आर लीडिंग वंस. So when we claim that manufacturing, agriculture, and logistics are the basic leading adapters, the job is very simple. एम्बेडेड सिस्टम इंजीनियर चाहिए जो सबको एम्बेड कर सके, सिस्टम को पूरा बांध सके एक साथ। क्योंकि असेंबली लाइन सेट करनी है तो अपने को बॉट्स अपॉइंट करने पड़ेंगे। बॉट्स अपॉइंट करने पड़ेंगे तो हर बॉट्स को अपने को राइट प्रॉम्प्ट देना पड़ेगा कि समझो एक असेंबली लाइन है पैकिंग वाला बॉटल का, एक बॉटल ले लिया है तो बॉटल का जो भी फ्लॉज है, डिफेक्ट्स है इन द बॉटल कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड ऑल दैट इज बीन टोल्ड टू वन बॉट, द सेट ऑफ बॉट्स। देन सेकेंडली शेप के लिए काम करेगा, तीसरा साइज के लिए काम करेगा, चौथा लिक्विड भरने के लिए काम करेगा, पांचवा लिक्विड अच्छा है क्या उसके लिए काम करेगा, छठा लिक्विड को बांध के ढक्कन लगाने का काम करेगा। अच्छा, ढक्कन खराब है तो रिजेक्ट करेगा, ढक्कन अच्छा है तो लगाएगा। और फिर फाइनल बॉटल आ जाएगी। फाइनल बॉटल को इसमें प्लास्टिक पैक देना है या फिर कार्टन पैकिंग देना है या फिर उसको कैसे पैकेजिंग करना है। सो पैकेजिंग यूनिट इज देयर ऑन द असिस्टिव बोर्ड. सो इन द लाइन असेंबली you need to follow each and every small thing onto it. And so these are all job opportunities and these are the study tracks. Reaching new heights for what? Aerospace and drone technology. देखिए इधर जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी, जॉब टाइटल और प्रोग्राम टू परस्यू. I will not read a lot. I'm telling you this presentation is very important presentation because that has taken you from ancient to the latest new world. और ये भारत है, ये बदल गया है और हम सब वो टूल्स चला रहे हैं उसको बदलने के. And we teachers have to design such curriculum that takes new technology with ancient approach. जब तक ये जाएगा नहीं, जब तक हम करेंगे नहीं, I don't think we will be able to success. Shall I shift to the next one? Healthcare है, बायोइन्फॉर्मेटिक्स है, where medicine meets machine. पहले ना सिर्फ डॉक्टर हुआ करते थे और प्रैक्टिस ले लेते थे. अब डॉक्टर्स को खुद को क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज if they come into these kind of fields, they can be good analyst, they can be specialist, they can be good diagnostic system engineers and so on. So ये बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, हेल्थ केयर, पब्लिक हेल्थ, ये फील्ड में बहुत सारा काम, बायोमेडिकल इंजीनियरिंग, all these things are going to survive. The market is very big, $1.5 trillion, and maybe it will increase twice, thrice times. And it's not me that who is saying this, said by NIH, US Bureau of Labor and so on. And that is why America is investing a lot on these sectors. Agriculture, वो भी तो रह गया है, because we can't make the planet to be hungry. In agriculture also, agriculture analyst है, farm automation system है, एग्री रोबोटिक्स डेवलपर है, IoT फॉर एग्रीकल्चर स्पेशलिस्ट है. यानी आप सोचिए कि आप 100 एकड़ की लैंड को बस 4 लोग चला रहे हैं, एंड रिमेनिंग आर ऑल मशीन्स. क्या पॉसिबल है? पॉसिबल है. सो $43.4 billion एग्री मार्केट, विच इज 15 to 25% क्रॉप यील्ड होगा, ये FAO कह रहा है. तो इसमें हमको एग्रीकल्चर इंजीनियरिंग, रिमोट सेंसिंग, GIS वाली बात, क्लाइमेट चेंज, ये सारा इनकॉर्पोरेट करना पड़ेगा इन आवर एजुकेशन, एंड देन ओनली वी कैन गो फॉर इट. सो द जॉब इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. एंशिएंट को मॉडर्न से लिंकअप कराना, लोगों के मन में उसको उतारना, और उसके बाद में उसे प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में लेके आना is itself a difficult job. I don't think we can make it all real by 2030. बट हमको कोई ना कोई तो भी एक साल चाहिए जिसमें हम लोग ये प्रॉपर काम कर सके. अगर 2047 ले लिया जाए तो दैट विल बी डेवलपिंग, वी विल बी डेवलप्ड नेशन बाय 2047, विकसित भारत. दिस इज अनदर सुपर कंप्यूटर्स वाली बात. क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग रिसर्चर, इंडिया ने हाल ही में 4000 करोड़ इन्वेस्ट किए हैं सुपर कंप्यूटर में. आप सोचिए सुपर कंप्यूटर क्या नहीं कर सकता. जितने भी AI टूल्स है वो सुपर कंप्यूटर के थ्रू ही आते, ज्यादा बोलने की जरूरत नहीं. MSc फिजिक्स वालों को तो बहुत अच्छा ऑप्शन है इसका. डिजिटल एक्सपीरियंस डिजाइनर, डिजाइनिंग द फ्यूचर फॉर ह्यूमंस. We are in an era of digital everything, but what makes a break a product? Human-centered designers make sure AI apps and platforms are intuitive, ethical and inclusive. यानी अगर ह्यूमन फैक्टर इंजीनियर, ये नया पोस्ट है, ह्यूमन फैक्टर इंजीनियर, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर? वी हैव सीन ऑल मैकेनिकल, इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड सो ऑन इंजीनियर्स, पर ये ह्यूमन फैक्टर इंजीनियर क्या है? आपको सोशियोलॉजी करना पड़ेगा, आपको साइकोलॉजी करना पड़ेगा, आपको होम साइंस करना पड़ेगा, है ना? इंजीनियरिंग इन होम साइंस, इंजीनियरिंग इन सोशियोलॉजी, ये है, it is there in existence. We have to design some new courses. So by this curriculum design workshop or short term course, you have to understand कि voice interaction engineer और designer का क्या syllabus होगा. जो बच्चा accessibility UX specialist पढ़ रहा है उसको क्या syllabus दें, है ना? Human factor और engineer के क्या संबंध है? This is all there. We require it as a skillful India in the next future. Lots of job opportunities there. Finance sector, how can it be away from this? You know, Wall Street meets Silicon Valley. अगर सोचो कि इंडिया का एनएससी या बीएससी कम ज्यादा होता है तो सिलिकॉन वैली में हलचल मचती। पर क्या आपको पता है कि आजकल ट्रम्प या कोई भी अमेरिकन या यूरोपियन दिवाली क्यों मनाते हैं? दिवाली इसलिए मनाते हैं क्योंकि वहां बहुत सारे इंडियंस, और इंडियन को खुश रखना उनका काम है। जब वो उनको खुश रखेंगे तो उनका एम्प्लॉय खुश हो जाएगा, और उनका एम्प्लॉय खुश होगा तो नेचुरली बिजनेस ज्यादा बढ़ेगा, दे विल गिव मोर आउटपुट। सो दैट वे कल्चरल एस्पेक्ट्स पे अगर देखा जाए तो एक नया कल्चर फॉर्म होने जा रहा है। बट उनके हेतु को अगर देखा जाए तो वो बड़े फाइनेंस एक्सपर्ट है, वो बराबर एनालिस करते हैं। क्रिप्टो रिस्क मैनेजर की जो पोस्ट है वो भी बहुत अच्छे से एनालिस करते हैं कि क्रिप्टो एनालिसिस क्या है। सो इन ऑल दीज थिंग्स डेटा साइंटिस्ट, डिकोडर्स एंड क्रिप्टो इकोनॉमिस्ट, दे हैव अ बिग रोल टू प्ले इन दिस केस। यू कैन सी $42 बिलियन होने जा रहा है मार्केट एआई का, फिनटेक का। इट्स अ बिग डील। Still relevant, but with caveats from however market saturation, AI-based automation and hiring freezes in 2025 onwards have cooled demand in some regions. When data science still wins, specialized fields, healthcare, climate, sports, policy, when paired with domain expertise, not just generalist, when you are building, not just analyzing, mentor insight, don't chase data science as a label, chase the problems it solves. डेटा साइंस की बहुत बूम है, डेटा साइंस की बहुत बूम है, ऐसे नहीं है। डेटा साइंस इज इटसेल्फ अ डेटा। we have to address the problem. So ask students to address the problem by using the data, and by using different softwares with AI, you can deal with data. So AI based automation always encourages you to use the right data and analyze it for the mankind. So what future jobs in the humanities and social sciences? That is also not away from us. We have not even thought of only engineers. अगर इंजीनियर को सोशोलॉजी नहीं आता है तो वो इंजीनियर कुछ काम का नहीं है। अगर इंजीनियर होम साइंस नहीं पढ़ सकता है, फूड इंडस्ट्री में रहा तो वो इंजीनियर कुछ काम का नहीं। तो ये सारी चीजें हमको देखनी पड़ेगी, लेनी पड़ेगी। दिस इज व्हाट फ्यूचर अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर देयर इन साइकोलॉजी एंड मेंटल हेल्थ में। क्या है, किस टाइप के काउंसलर लगते हैं, मैनेजमेंट किस टाइप का लगता है, ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज क्या लगते हैं, लॉ के ग्रेजुएट्स को क्यों लगना है, कैसे रेगुलेशंस आएंगे, किस टाइप के रेगुलेशंस रहेंगे। आप सोचिए अगर 200 मिलियन लोग, यानी समझो व्हाट आई मीन टू से दैट अगर 10-15 करोड़ लोग दुनिया में होंगे, राइट, तो 10-15 करोड़ रोबोट्स भी तो होंगे, राइट। सो रोबोट्स एंड ह्यूमन एक नया सोशल प्रॉब्लम इवॉल्व होने जा रहा है। सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द एआई in a different perspective, in a different approach. I think digital marketing is one of the main area that is to be there. We are on the last 2 slides. Content writer and creator, this is very good. हम लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं कि कंटेंट राइटर के लिए एआई ने काम ही नहीं रखा है। भाई एआई ने नई अपॉर्चुनिटी खोल के रखी है कि जो एआई नहीं कर सकता वो ह्यूमन करने वाला है। इसलिए एआई के साथ जो लोग कविता करते हैं, एआई के साथ जो लोग बैठ के कथाएं लिखते हैं, एआई के साथ जो लोग अपना इंग्लिश का एप्लीकेशन लिखते हैं प्रिंसिपल को, या हमारे लीव का एप्लीकेशन लिखते हैं, उनके लिए बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है कि दे आर गोइंग टू लूज देयर लैंग्वेज स्किल्स। यूज एआई टू टेक द हिंट, डोंट डिपेंड ऑन एआई। इसलिए सोशियोलॉजी को कंबाइन करके, साइकोलॉजी को कंबाइन करके हमारे पास नए प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करना पड़ेगा। दैट वी कॉल इट टू बी डिजिटल एथनोग्राफर। साइकोलॉजी मेंटल हेल्थ में क्या है, इट्स ऑल टिपिकल है। but this look typical, but they're not typical. साइकोलॉजी ऑन्कोलॉजी है, साइकोलॉजी और बाकी के डिसीजेस है, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। काउंसलर मेडिकल में तो इतना कुछ है कि आप पूछेंगे नहीं। एंड सिविल सर्विसेज, पब्लिक पॉलिसी एडवाइजर, एनजीओ वर्कर्स, डेटा एंड एनालिसिस, डेटा साइंस इज डिफरेंट, डेटा एनालिसिस डिफरेंट। बिहेवियरल इकोनॉमिक्स को भी अभी आजकल बहुत डिमांड है। और ये अदर फील्ड्स है, ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेस है, एजुकेशन है, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजिंग है, लॉ है, वगैरह वगैरह। अगर कोई क्वेश्चंस है तो प्लीज पूछिएगा, प्लीज आस्क, फील फ्री टू interact. I will provide my mail ID. It's with organizer. You can take it with them, from them. If you are having any question related to anything of this presentation or anything beyond that, please feel free to ask me, interact with me, no problem. Thanks a lot for a wonderful opportunity that has been provided to me. Thank you very much. Should I pause? Any question?
यस पार्टिसिपेंट, आप आपका माइक अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं।
सर, आज के स्टूडेंट हो तो वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट पे डिपेंड करते हैं, मोबाइल से मटेरियल लेते हैं या तो एक व्यू लोगों का ये भी आता है कि आजकल के बच्चे पुअर हो गए क्योंकि वो डिपेंड रहते हैं मोबाइल से, गूगल से। तो और पहले का जो नॉलेज था वो पक्का था। तो आपकी क्या राय देंगे सर?
नहीं, मैं थोड़ा सा डिफर करूंगा आपके इसको, क्योंकि ये नया वर्ल्ड है, इट्स अ न्यू वर्ल्ड चेंजिंग, सो वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम देयर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑल्सो। सी, गैजेट्स तो हमने उनको दिया है, वी कैनॉट कीप द स्टूडेंट्स अवे फ्रॉम द गैजेट, द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट। सो व्हाट वी रिक्वायर इज, वी हैव टू लिमिट द यूसेज ऑफ गैजेट्स ओनली टू इट्स यूसेज पर्पज। हरदम 24 घंटा अगर गैजेट बैठ के रहता है, so we have to reduce the screen time to utility screen time. अगर हम utility screen time को लगता है तो मुझे नहीं लगता है कि ये गैजेट हमारे लिए कोई समस्या खड़ी कर देगा। इट्स अ लर्निंग टाइम फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस। जैसे एक कहा गया था कि टीवी पूरा खराब कर देगा कल्चर को, उल्टा टीवी ने महाभारत और रामायण की सीरियल लगाकर कल्चर को और अलग कर दिया है। तो जरूरी नहीं है कि ये टूल्स हमारे लिए शार्प साबित होंगे, ये टूल्स हमारे लिए यूजफुल है। वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द ऑल्टरनेटिव फॉर इट, सो यू डोंट हैव टू रियली वरी अबाउट इट अनलेस एंड अंटिल स्टूडेंट्स डोंट गेट डिपेंड ऑन इट। हमको थोड़ा सा डिपेंडेंसी को कम करना पड़ेगा,
डिपेंडेंसी कम करना होगा और हेल्प लेके अपने नॉलेज को एक्सप्लोर करना होगा।
यस यस, इट इज द यूटिलिटी फॉर अस, ये हमारा लाइफ नहीं है।
जी सर, थैंक यू सर।
Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you have given very realistic and thorough information. But my question is that, sir, जिसका कारण हमारे एंशियंट जो कल्चर थे ना, वो गुम गए, वो समाप्त हो गए, वो कला समाप्त हो गई। वही रीजन अभी भी समाज में है। समझो कि अगर मैंने एक स्टूडेंट को पॉटरी सिखाई तो उसकी शादी नहीं होगी सर, क्योंकि इंसेंटिव्स जो दिए जाते हैं वो सब सैलरी मैन को दिए जाते हैं। इसके कारण सैलरी का जो ग्लैमर है वो बढ़ गया, और जो ये आयरन स्मिथ का काम करने वाला, पॉटरी का काम करने वाला, वो भूखा ही रह गया, इसलिए वो सिटी में गया। तो फिर इस समाज की धारणा को बदलने के लिए हमें कुछ करना पड़ेगा ना सर?
श्योरली करना पड़ेगा, और हमारे पास यही एक सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है। क्या हम पॉटरी को एआई के थ्रू डिजाइन नहीं कर सकते? अभी एआई ज्यादा चर्चा में है इसीलिए बोल रहा हूं, बट अब जब तक के ह्यूमन इंटरफेस, अनलेस एंड अनटिल पॉटरी एआई में खाली इमेज डेवलप कर सकता है, बट एक्चुअल वर्क अगर देखा जाए, जैसे अभी हमारे पास स्टील के बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्रीज है, यहाँ उन्होंने अभी एक हाल ही में 2 सुपर कंप्यूटर लाए हैं, बट सुपर कंप्यूटर्स मेक द थिंग्स एक्यूरेट, फ्लॉलेस, बट ह्यूमन इंटरफेस तो होता ही है ना, इसलिए ह्यूमन का वैल्यू रहेगा। और रही बात पॉटरी सिखा के किसी को जॉब मिलता है क्या, बात तो आपकी सही है कि पॉटरी सिखा के किसी को जॉब मिलेगा नहीं, पर क्या पॉटरी एक ही अपॉर्चुनिटी हमारे लिए बची है? हमारे लिए अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत अलग अलग है। पॉटरी का बिजनेस करने वाले, पॉटरी का पेंटिंग करने वाले लोग, लड़कियां हजारों रुपए कमा रही है, क्या वो जॉब नहीं है? वो फ्रीलांस में काम कर रही है, क्या वो जॉब नहीं है? जॉब यानी आई थिंक वी हैव टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट स्टीरियोटाइप अप्रोच ऑफ जॉब, सैलरी एंड दिस ऑल। हम लोगों को एक अलग से काम करना पड़ेगा, हमारा जो दायरा है वो हमको बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। वी हैव टू इंक्रीज आवर स्पैन। आई एम नॉट ओनली फॉर पॉटरी पेंटिंग के या उसके लिए मैं ये आई डू नॉट सपोर्ट ओनली एंशिएंट। व्हाट आई मीन टू से दैट वी हैव टू अमलगमेट एंड फाइंड आउट द मीन ऑफ इट। I hope I could clear the question.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Anything? Thanks a lot. Thank you. If there is no question, should I end up?
Wait, sir. Information. Sir, good information. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shall I propose vote of thanks, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If there is no question, definitely you can.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, all. I am Dr. Archana Patil, working as Assistant Professor at SM Joshi College, Hadapsar, affiliated to Savitribai Phule University, Pune. I express my sincere gratitude to the UGC Malaviya Mission Teacher Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, for organizing this insightful short-term course. I am especially thankful to Dr. Ganesh Agnihotri, Principal JES College, Jalna, Maharashtra, for delivering a highly enlightening lecture on Indian knowledge system. Thank you so much, sir, for delivering such an insightful and inspiring talk on the Indian knowledge system with special emphasis on skills and art and their importance in today's world. The lecture beautifully highlighted how India's rich traditional knowledge, artistic heritage, and skill based learning are not only rooted in our culture but are also highly relevant for sustainable development, self reliance, and holistic education in the modern era. The speaker, sir, your thoughts have truly broadened our perspective and ignited a sense of respect for our indigenous wisdom. Scholarly insights greatly enriched our understanding of the subject. I also extend my thanks to the course coordinators, organizing team, and all the participants for making the morning session meaningful and successful. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.